It's Sophie from Philosophy as your normal Tuesday at 10 broadcast. And we have a very, very special guest today, Cassandra, my dear friend, who just wrote this beautiful cookbook, Eat with Intention. I'm so excited to share a recipe today from it.
Yay, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So Cassandra and I are good friends. We met, 6 months ago, maybe more.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, on the retreat.
Yeah, we met actually in Florida on a retreat with Garden of Life, a great brand. And we both live in LA, so we're connected through all kinds of worlds. The yoga world.
And the food world.
And
we both straddle the line of mindfulness and cooking.
Exactly. So I wanted to bring her on today and just share one of her recipes, something that could be Thanksgiving friendly.
It's a great holiday recipe.
Yeah.
So whether it's Thanksgiving or down the line for Christmas or your holidays, I love this.
So we're making a cauliflower soup.
Yes.
With rosemary, apples. What else is in this?
We have,
it smells so good.
So good. Yeah, we're
Fresh
roasting.
rosemary.
It smells delicious in here because we have some grilled onions and garlic on the burner, which is just like,
Yeah, I walked down the stairs and I was like, it smells
you
like
just get that going in your house, and then people come in, they're like, it smells so good. Yeah, it's just the onions.
Yeah. Like on a normal day, just like grill them for no reason.
Right? I put onions in everything, so whenever my boyfriend comes over, he's like, it smells so good. I'm like, it's just onions.
Yeah, that's all. So we want to show you really quickly, my husband Adi is behind the camera.
Yay, thank you.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you, Adi, for doing that. So we wanted to show you how easy this recipe is. If you want to come do a close-up, Adi, of all the ingredients that we have onion powder, olive oil, we have garlic powder, fresh rosemary, Dijon mustard, Philosophy Green Dream, which we'll add at the end, my product line that has 10 grams of protein per tablespoon, and all the greens you need.
Oh, you make that stuff?
Oh, I make that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then we have 3 cups of almond milk already here, so it's unsweetened almond milk.
Yes, unsweetened almond milk. And then what we have behind us in the oven is, I'll just give you a little sneak peek in there.
Come in.
We are
Smell
roasting some cauliflower.
Just a scratch and sniff.
Yeah,
taste
Right? Oh my god, right? And then we're roasting some apples there. And that's kind of the beauty of this recipe. And then on the back burner here, like we just said, we have some onions and garlic that look delicious. And they're just tossed in a little olive oil right there.
Yummy.
And the beauty of this recipe is I'm a big fan of roasting, and especially always like to think about hosting while I'm cooking. So roasting is one of those great things. You chop it up, it takes 5 seconds. You can have like a kid do it, you can have a friend do it. They don't need to know what they're doing because we're gonna put everything in the blender anyway, so it could look like whatever it does.
And you're not as occupied, like in the kitchen constantly doing stuff.
Exactly.
You're just, letting it do its thing.
Let it do its thing, it's in the oven, and then you blend it up. And this is also, because it's so easy, you can easily make it the night before, 2 days before, store it in the fridge, just heat it up day of, so that you could be with your guests.
Yeah, how many days do you think this could store in the fridge in a closed container?
I would say at least like three days. Yeah, I'm sure it would last longer than that, but you could, if you're gonna do longer than that, just freeze it, and then make it like a week.
Yeah, so this is super easy. Today's Tuesday, Thanksgiving's Thursday. If you have something to bring to a potluck, this would be a great thing to bring. Everyone loves soup.
And the thing I love about this soup is that it's super simple, which you guys will learn, but when you make it, it's the flavors are really complex. So it's one of those dishes which I strive for. Like most of the recipes in this book are those dishes that are really easy to make, but have complex flavors, so people are impressed.
Yes, that's how I roll too.
Right?
I'm like, as long as I can throw it in the blender, I'm good.
People are like, wow, this is magnificent.
Yeah.
You're like, just because we have the apple and the rosemary, it adds this really nice flavor. But I love this because I was always a big fan of creamy soups, and in the holidays, my family would always have one creamy soup, and I haven't been able to have dairy for almost a decade now.
Same.
And literally every time I would be like, oh, can I have the butternut squash soup, or can I have that soup? They'd be like, no, I put heavy cream in it.
Exactly.
So this soup is like creamy and decadent and rich and amazing. Totally plant-based, totally dairy-free, and so you don't need to feel guilty about it.
Plant-based, it's dairy-free, it's also gluten-free. Technically it's paleo.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
And
There's no
it's
grains.
nut-free.
Is
Well,
it-
no, it's almond. You
Almond.
can make it nut-free
Sure.
by using coconut milk.
Coconut milk, unsweetened coconut milk. So there you go.
Awesome.
Hit them all. Check, 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 check.
Is it aeritarian?
It's definitely aeritarian. It's good for water fasting.
Fasting.
Okay, so let's get started.
Yeah,
What do
okay.
you need? Do you need a spoon or
Let's
anything?
do it.
A whisk, a
well,
spoon?
first things first, I would.
Oh, I guess you put it all in the blender.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
put it all in the blender. So
Do you want to explain what you did back here?
yeah, so I'll explain what we did out here. First things first, what we did, we just had one head of cauliflower. We chopped it up. We put it on our baking sheet right here. I just put a little salt, pepper, olive oil, tossed the cauliflower in the olive oil, and then we used some of our garlic and onion powder. And then we're just roasting it. And for me, it's totally up to you, but I like to roast it until it gets really golden brown because that's when the flavor is super
What
yummy.
temperature are you roasting it on?
I put it on 450 now.
All right.
Because I like to speed up the roasting, but if you're just chilling, you could do it on 350.
Yeah.
All right.
And then same thing with the apple. Literally, all you're doing is slicing up a nice red apple, putting it in there, and you just let it golden up.
And you sliced it really thin, right?
I sliced it really thin, and we're gonna use half of that for the soup and the other half of that just to decorate it and make it look really pretty.
Cool.
And so the thing we're gonna add last is the rosemary. Once we blend everything up and then we put it on the stove, we'll put the rosemary in last. But everything else we can add all of these before we get the cauliflower in there.
Perfect.
So we're just gonna do 3 tablespoons of Dijon mustard.
And I'll write the recipe after this. We'll post the recipe afterwards.
Yeah, I'm an expert at eyeing things.
That was exactly 3
That was
tablespoons.
exactly 3
I can tell.
tablespoons. My expert measurement.
Same.
Perfect.
We
And
will.
1 or 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Again, I'm a big make as you go. Of course, the exact recipe is in the book and we'll share it with you. But I think part of the fun of it is just
Yeah.
like this recipe, you can't mess it up.
Yeah.
Like you really can't
Nice.
mess it up, right? You put it together and just taste it as you go. Add more salt. Add
That's
more.
the beauty though of this type of cooking. It's
Right.
not, I make a lot of raw foods on this channel for you guys because I'm a raw food chef. That's what I love is raw foods. I'm not 100% raw, but I do love the fact that it's so creative and you go off your own palate and your own taste buds and like, oh, I would like it a little more salty, or then you just do that.
Yeah.
It's not gonna mess it up. It's not like baking where it's a science.
Yeah, exactly. I have so much fun with that. And same thing. That's why, even though we sauteed up some garlic and onions, I put onion and garlic powder on the
Yeah.
recipe list because these can be your BFFs.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
They taste
like-
great. I add those to everything. I just made cauliflower last night just
Yeah.
for dinner and roasted it just on its own to eat.
Yeah.
And those are the 2 things I added with salt and pepper and
The best.
olive oil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
All right. So now all that's in. Do you want to add some? You want
Yeah.
to do this before it's heated, or
No.
while it's heating?
After it's like at the very end.
At the very end.
So because these are raw ingredients, it's really good to keep them super potent. They don't have a high heat point. Sometimes it's fine to bake it if you're making muffins or waffles and you're putting it in the batter or something like that. It's totally fine. It's not going to ruin it. But it's just best to, with all superfoods, especially ones really high in vitamin C like my Berry Bliss, just add it at the end if you can.
Yeah.
It's just better to keep it more potent. So we'll add all the other ingredients and at the end we'll add some superfoods to it.
Perfect. So let's put the cauliflower here and blend it up.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful.
Yummy.
So we've got roasted cauliflower. You want me to get some?
I'm just gonna
Go ahead.
hand it.
Hand it.
All right. Are you wearing special food gloves?
No, yeah, I'm wearing my magical invisible safety gloves.
Sometimes
All
when we're leading this. Oh wait, I want to hear where everyone's tuning in from. That's the best part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Has anyone asked some questions, Adi?
No, Marissa really likes your overalls.
Thanks, Marissa.
They're the cutest.
My BFF, Marissa. Speaking of BFFs. Yeah. So
Anybody want to give us a shout out from where you're tuning
yeah,
in?
let us know where you're tuning in from. I love this part.
Yeah, and if you have a favorite Thanksgiving recipe you're
Yeah.
excited to make.
Yeah.
Yay.
Or maybe where you're traveling to for Thanksgiving.
What books you're reading?
Share anything with us.
Just anything we want to know
We
you.
want to chat.
We want to
So
get
the
to know
other
you.
fun thing while I'm doing this is that every recipe in this book has its own mantra.
Oh,
So this recipe has the mantra, my patience is precious, right? And it comes with a meditation to help that, the
Nice.
Kundalini meditation for the
Beautiful.
negative mind, and a little hit right here, like a little guidance hit, right? So you can kind of ask it, and you're like, I feel drawn to the cauliflower recipe. What do I
Nice.
need to know? And talks a little bit about
It's
patience.
beautiful. Love that.
So I love kind of syncing up and seeing, what is like the recipe I'm drawn to, and like what is the energy that I'm kind of trying to call in unconsciously.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I think also when I think of soup, I think of nurturing and
Nourish,
to
yeah.
be nourished, to be nurtured, and just that warmness. It's so nice.
Yeah, it's like a hug in a cup.
Yeah.
A hug in a cup. I love it.
A hug in a cup.
Hug in a cup.
Right? I just love that, and I think especially the kind of foods we make, it's like a genuine, so often in our society we kind of associate these kind of not as great for us foods as the comfort foods.
Yeah.
And that's what I have the most fun with, especially around the holidays. It's kind of like redoing comfort food.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This can be so comforting, but it's genuinely nourishing. You can feel good about giving it to your family and your kids and your friends.
Exactly.
And yourself.
Yeah, I and Leo would love this soup.
And then not go to sleep with a stomachache.
And not go to sleep with a stomach ache.
Right? That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Tatiana is tuning in from Jersey.
Woo,
Awesome.
Jersey! I'm from Jersey, Tatiana.
Hey, what's up?
Fairlawn, Jersey.
Is there any
represent.
special handshake you guys can do on? No special Jersey handshake. She's
I'm from
asking where
North
she can
Jersey,
get the
we're not-
book.
Where
What?
did you get the
She's
book?
asking where she can get the book.
You can get it at any Barnes and Noble.
Alright.
You can also order it on Amazon. Pretty much wherever books are sold.
I've heard of Amazon.
Woohoo! Amazon. And then so now we're just gonna add the onions.
And then
Onions and
Marissa's
garlic.
tuning in from Boston.
Boston.
Marissa is
I love
wonderful,
their East
wonderful.
Coasters.
Yeah, she's at college right now. Well, I guess, are you home yet, Marissa? Or are you still at school?
Marissa, I taught myself to cook in college. That's where this all began, in my little dorm room kitchen.
Oh, amazing.
You had a full, I'm sure, Thermador.
Oh yeah.
Cookware.
Whole setup.
Yeah, the full setup in the dorms.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we have our garlic and onion in here. We have our cauliflower. We have our 3 cups of almond milk. We have our Dijon, 3 tablespoons of Dijon. We have our garlic powder and our onion powder. And then you did the olive oil, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and the olive oil. So we're gonna blend these puppies up. Oh, we're gonna put half the apple in here
Yeah.
now for that flavor. Yum, yum, yum.
Ooh.
I love sweet and savory together.
Oh my gosh, these apples just they just add like a beautiful sweet undertone.
Love it.
And it goes really well with the rosemary.
And you can blend this in any high-speed blender. We're using a Blendtec, but you could use a Vitamix. You could use really anything. You could use one of those hand, what's it called?
Emulsifiers?
Emulsifier.
Mm-hmm.
And even a food processor if that's all you had. Just use you to get it blended.
And a little insider tip with the apples, if you plan on taking pictures of your recipe, just put the ugly ones in.
Put the other ones in, and then also if you're doing this ahead of time, you can put lemon on this.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you're using it it won't change the flavor too much.
Yeah.
So we're gonna blend this up. Hold the top just in case. It's pretty full.
Yeah.
Is there a dance? Yeah, there's a dance, right?
So creamy.
So you like it a little chunky, or are you just checking in on it?
So I'm just checking in.
Okay.
I
So
do
it'll be
like it
creamy.
a little on the chunky side. Though.
Cool.
Let's go.
You gonna do it in this bowl, or you want a bigger one? Bigger?
Okay. So I like it creamy, but not super just liquidy. I like a little bit of the texture in it.
All
But
right.
again, you can use your judgment, and then you can taste it.
Oh, you know what we should do? Let's put a little of this in now.
We've got Hannah tuning in from Germany.
Ooh. Oh yeah, it's not. So this isn't too
Going
hot. It's all been
international.
removed from the heat. So this is when you'll add the Green Dream.
Perfect.
So the Green Dream is gonna add 10 grams of protein to the soup. There's not that much protein in this soup. It's plant-based,
Yeah.
which is fine. You don't necessarily need that, but if you want to add a little boost of greens, it won't change the flavor. And it really won't even change the flavor in the color that much because we're not adding that much. Considering. Okay. So we've got our tablespoon of Green Dream. Blend that up.
Yeah. And now, if you wanted to make it hotter, what I recommend doing is heating it up on the stove. So if you make it ahead of time, and then heat it up on the stove, put some of your rosemary in it while you're heating it to get the rosemary flavor throughout. What we can do right now is just use.
Do you want me to add some now to it?
I wouldn't blend it.
No,
in,
don't blend it. Okay.
So the trick with rosemary is that you want to actually put it in full stalk. so that you can take it out.
Yeah.
Right?
Instead of the little
Because
leaves.
rosemary will drive you insane if you end up chewing it. So you want to just like, I like to keep it as, you know, together as possible, and then just put the whole big thing in so that it just gets that flavor on it.
All right,
I
let me
like
blend
that.
this real quick with the
Blend.
green. Okay.
Nice.
So
We'll just
barely
whip-
change the color, just a little bit greener, but you wouldn't even know.
Oh, nice. Beautiful. Yeah. And then you can just rip off little things we can garnish with.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. It tastes
Smells
like the
good.
holidays.
Little trick with rosemary. Rosemary is also great for focusing. So when I have like a big deadline or something that's really
Like
important, I'm literally like sniffing rosemary on my laptop.
It's amazing the power of herbs. Like if same thing with lavender. If you're super stressed, like I have this little like sachet. So it's
Yeah.
like a little sachet in my car, and I'll just like puff it.
No, seriously,
Like I go to smell it.
I too have
Dip
lavender
all over.
And
sachet.
then where were we, Adi, when we were driving? We were driving home from camping on Saturday, and he was sleeping, and the kids were like just like zoned out, and I was so tired driving on the freeway,
Oh,
so I
citrus.
grabbed an orange, and I was just smelling it. I just ripped it open and just was smelling it, and it helped. I was like, ding!
Oh my god, yeah, orange is such a brightener.
Yeah.
Like whenever I'm like kind of just like in one of those like funky
Yep.
moods, like orange and grapefruit.
Yeah, wakes you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, without the caffeine.
Right? It's
Yeah.
magic.
Yay.
Oh, great. Let's pour some of this out.
Adi's favorite vegetable is cauliflower.
Oh,
It
yeah?
is. It is.
It is.
Cool.
Cauliflower is the bomb. It really is. One of my faves.
The best.
All
Alright,
right.
you got that?
Yum. So, last but not least, obviously you have to make it look gorgeous.
Yeah.
So we can Instagram it.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna put.
Speaking
You
of
guys take
Instagram.
pictures of your food?
I know, right?
No,
Speaking of
Sophie
Instagram.
never does that. Never.
Cassandra, we'll put your Instagram on here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's actually just your name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Underscore?
Yeah, it's just my name. So now here's the pretty part. We just.
Wait, literally, you got at Cassandra as your handle?
No.
Oh no,
her
because
whole
I
name.
know. But
I was like, wow, that's
you guys,
Yeah.
it's like,
Crap, how
it's like
early
me
did
and
you-
Madonna.
me and Madonna.
Yeah.
I think Cher might have it too.
This is so
Right?
pretty.
And maybe Bono. Nice. That's beautiful.
And then our company account is Philosophy Love, and my personal account is Philosophy Mama. Adi is Dr. Adi Jaffe. If you want to learn about pretty much anything that has to do with, what do you want to, how do you even explain?
Mental health, well-being.
Mental health, well-being. He's a psych geek.
Thanks for that.
Psych
I'm
hottie.
learning to embrace that term. Psychic extraordinaire.
Psyche extraordinaire.
Oh yeah, psychic extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome. This is gorgeous.
Beautiful. Show us the book again.
Yay!
Barnes and Nobles, Amazon.
Yay.
You'll find this right in there.
Let us know if you have any other questions. We're gonna go eat this now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go eat
And
this.
dance.
Yeah.
And dance. Thanks
Thanks,
you guys for joining us.
Bye, guys.
See you
Thanks for
next
having me.
Tuesday at 10.
Bye.